Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nut, and welcome back to Fallout 4 No Guns, and indeed, the first part that is being recorded in very hard difficulty, because the previous couple of parts you saw actually were recorded before the new survival mode came out. But Bacon is not for survival. Survival is for the survival mode run. Bacon is just here for the no gunsing. So instead, we shall Oh, I'd forgotten what I'd done to Codsworth. You have the best legs now. I love you, new Codsworth. You're absolutely beautiful. Yes, Bacon is just here for the no gunsing. And I think I said I was going to get on with some of the in-shoot this time. But actually, I came up with something more fun that I want to do, which is I want to talk about grenades. Particularly the kind of the fun little variants of grenades that not that many people use, even though they're really, really stupidly powerful. So the first thing you need to do is just clear out 2 settlements for the Minutemen. Doesn't matter which ones, which means there's a very good chance you'll have already done 10 Pines Bluff, and other than that, it's just a case of doing one more. Oberland Station, if they happen to send you to Backstreet to Power, is very, very quick and easy to do as well. So, you know, even on survival difficulty, this would be very quick and easy to have cleared out a bare minimum of 2 settlements. Let's turn that into Preston. Oh, synchronized getting up there. Blimey, you guys have been practicing.
We've gotten big enough that we're having trouble communicating with all our settlements. It's a good problem to have, and I have a solution. I think it's time to retake the castle. It used to be the Minutemen HQ, way before my time.
Sounds good to me. Retake the castle? Good, good, good. And taking independence has begun. Yeah, you can get this really, really early games. You just need to have cleared out 2 settlements. To my mind, you actually get it a little bit too early games. If you don't know what's coming, taking independence is one hell of a step up in difficulty from just clearing out Oberland Station and 10 Pines Bluff. It's a hell of a big step up. Anyway, let's head in that direction. So here we are outside the castle, and there's Preston Garvey together with a few Minutemen who want to help out. Now, I've got a plan for this. I've got a plan. I've been thinking very, very bloody carefully about this. So, before we speak to them, I'm going to see if I can actually clear out the Mirelurks by myself, or at least the basic starting ones, because if I can, that's what I want to do first. So, in we go, the castle. Am I allowed to clear out the... Yes, there are Mirelurks floating around already. Perfect. So you guys are just going to come over here, are you? Yep, I'd say these soft-shell Mirelurks are being utterly destroyed. Yeah, screw your eggs. You know what I like? That Mirelurk hatchlings are always level 1, which makes perfect sense. Now, these guys are going over here. The mission hasn't technically started yet, so I don't know if, like, the big bad... Oh, I should not have swung at you. Yeah, I just hit a few people there. Right, let them take care of this. In the meantime, I need to work on... Oi! Why are you coming after me, you bar... Alright, fine. You know what? Screw you. I think we know what's coming next. And we need to prepare for what's coming next, so just... Go away! Now, at this point, have we... Yes, I think we've cleared out most of them. And that means it's time to prepare for the next step of the fight. There's something big is going to come out of the water. So let's prepare for that, shall we? By leaving all of the mines in the world right here where it has to come through. Now, I'm not sure this is going to be enough mines, but I've been hoarding them a little bit. And this is exactly the scenario where mines are useful. And then... Oh... Yeah, clear. Oh, yeah. Destroy the egg clutchers. I think these ones we want to not, actually, because I want 2 separate groups. I want a big group down here, right by the water, and then I don't want them to accidentally trigger the next. So then I want a second big group right here, kind of by the entrance, so they don't accidentally trigger each other. Now this should... Well, I don't know if it'll work, but it'll certainly make a big damn impact on the Mirelurk Queen when she comes up. Fortunately, Big Leagues 4 makes you very, very suitable for taking out Mirelurk things. You can just, with a big single swing in front of you, you can just take out all of them, which is very, very useful. Actually, I wonder if the shredding minigun's good at this. Oh, yeah. The shredding minigun, like everything else, is really, really good at this. Here she comes. Right into the trap. That's right. Out you come, Queenie. No, don't you spit at me. Don't you spit at me. Oh, yes. I'm hurt bad, says Preston Garvey, who may have been standing on the mines. And how much damage did we just do to her? Oh, most of it. That is so perfect. Good. Excellent. Now. Back over to... yeah, this'll do. Excuse me, Queenie. I think me and you need to have a little tete-a-tete, by which I mean I'm about to smash you with a hammer. And 1 critical to finish you off. Done. Very hard difficulty there. Oh, and off she goes. Oh, back in the sea you go! From whence she came. So those guys just keep shooting some egg clutches. We now fix up the radio. Now the Mirelurk Queen has been taken care of with... If I'd have just put down like maybe 5-10 more mines, that would have killed her. That would have killed her in one go. In fact, actually, it would have required... If I'd have put that many mines down on survival mode, that would have killed her before she even saw me if I was hiding inside. Because, of course, enemies will have less health on survival mode, not more. Copy of Guns and Bullets, which rather weirdly has, you know, energy weapons, not, you know, ballistic weapons, as you would expect on it, but never mind. Let's fix up the radio for you. Radio freedom has been activated. Preston apparently liked what I just did. Beautiful.
We really did it. I've been watching the Minutemen fall to pieces for so long,
If only you'd thought about just laying some mines down previously, because that was all it took. The beautiful glory of mines. So, that is the castle taken, but because I'm significantly further into the game, you know, I've already been to the Institute and stuff, I imagine we're probably ready to move straight on to the, yeah, we're probably straight, that's not another roach, that's clearly a little Mirelurk. Little Mirelurk, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I'm sorry. I forget, sometimes I swing my big hammer and I kill my friends instead. We should be ready to move straight on to the next step, actually. In fact, if I just fast travel literally back to where I already am, maybe that will immediately get kicked off. No sign of Ronnie just yet, but if I listen to Radio Freedom, sometimes you can hear about her there as well. Well, just for the second, Preston doesn't seem interested in giving me the next stage in the quest, Old Guns, though I'm sure he will sooner or later. While I'm just waiting for him to do that, I've got something else I can be cracking on with. The other really fun little grenade I haven't got yet. So, let's return to the General Atomics factory. It's one of the closest little fast travel locations, as well as the little, the packing plant thing, where Murawski's, the four-leaf fish packing plant, where Murawski's drug lab is upstairs. Head of these two areas is kind of the closest little fast travel locations, and we'll be close by to where that kid told us there was a monster in the harbour, so he claimed. Well, let's pop some Radax and go and investigate this slightly outlandish claim. He claimed he saw a big eye sticking out of the water. And I believe this is the first time I've ever actually done this quest on the channel, which is quite cool. But yes, there was the little Jesse where the kid was watching the eye. And if we go up and try and find the eye, we do indeed find that it is a periscope. A periscope coming out of, we just dip our heads underwater, a massive, dip our heads under the water, a massive submarine that's just got itself stuck in the harbour. Very, very cool indeed. So we can step out of the water right here. There's the periscope popping up and down again. And we can investigate submarine by just opening up the Yangtze. And inside this here bulkhead, we will stumble across the captain, who is mysteriously trusting of someone who just kind of, you know, pops out of nowhere and says hello.
I watched you talk to a boy on the dock. Swim out here.
Yeah, but those two events were several weeks apart, you know. So yes, we do indeed have a pre-war Chinese submarine captain here who's just been around here for centuries.
But my Yangtze, speak of her with respect.
Okay, he's pronouncing it Yangtze. I'm going to change my pronunciation to that. Fine.
Yangtze is not seaworthy. You will help me fix her?
Yeah, sure, why not? The strange thing is this captain basically knows where all the parts he needs are, and he's been here for, you know, a couple of centuries or more, yet he just hasn't really bothered to go and get them, which is all very odd. Also, you know that thing I said about no plundering? That was a lie. Explore the sub, by the way. The most interesting thing is probably he's got a Chinese officer's sword on his desk, though, you know, obviously I've already got General Chow's revenge, so I don't need that. Instead, I will head straight to the Ironworks, the same Ironworks where you have to do the quest to save the guy and get the shish kebab, but I'm just going there to get the piece he wants. If you're lucky enough to have the slog as a fast travel location, then that is literally the Ironworks right there. It's like under 100. Is it meters? I've never actually checked what the unit of measurement is. Feels like it's about meters, give or take. So, actually, no, it wouldn't be. From how quickly I'm moving there, I'm not moving a meter. It'll be moving more like maybe a foot. I'm not sure. But yes, it's literally right there. Now, worth remembering, this is far from the easiest little place to infiltrate, by the way. The guys who are in this area are not messing around. Okay, that one's level 4. That one is messing around. But there are tougher ones, I promise. Now, to match the theme of the episode, the first thing I want to do is show off something I haven't really shown off yet, which is those synth relay grenades I got last time. Throw them like a normal grenade, and this is what happens. Understandably enough, in goes a grenade, and in comes a synth. And now we've got a synth who will just basically attack, well, pretty much anyone, actually. Just throw in more and more enemies. There we are. They're really, really good at just kind of drawing attention and just kind of generally making a bit of a fuss. They're just very, very useful. So you can just basically... I don't think there's any limit on them, by the way. As long as they're still alive and you've still got grenades, you can just toss in as many as you want. So they're very useful for kind of flanking actions because, yeah, basically everyone will just be distracted by them. And as a result, they won't pay much attention to the rest of you. So right now, this person's run forward. And I can just pick her off in a couple of swings because she's busy running forward towards the synths. So yeah, the tougher forge can be taken care of very, very easily. They provide a small amount of fire support as well, obviously. So yeah, all in all, it's pretty... Oh, flip, that's a flipping thing. You are... Come on, you're almost close enough. No. Teleport out. Oh, teleported straight past you. Screw you stupid bastard. Oi. Go away. So you may recall last time I did this area, I actually had a bit of difficulty with it just because, yeah, there's multiple guys who are relatively high levels floating around, which is quite good. But yeah, thanks to the distraction of those 4 synths, it's been much, much easier this time. The other really cool thing about synths is it means you can actually put enemies in places where, if there are like melee enemies that you're taking on, you can put a synth up onto high ground where the synth can't get down and the melee enemies can't get up to him. So you can basically just create a floating kind of... Basically, it's almost like deploying a gun turret when you do it that way. So, for example, I know there's 2 guys up there. And if I just put a grenade up top, hang on. Grenade. Then there's now a synth up top there. So I've now got a synth kind of up top who will just kind of go around and potentially help me out. He'll probably lose to the guys up there. But, you know, in case you're doing a melee run, this can be very useful because it means you can basically put a friend up on top, which is very, very cool indeed. Though rather frustratingly, it seems like the part in question is indeed in the final room of doom, which I was hoping it kind of wouldn't be, but never mind. I wonder if the guy's still going to be there, by the way.
Tries to leave. Kill her. You must be pretty strong to make it here.
Yeah, do I have anything to do to actually say to the bloke, the guy's son? Can I rescue him? Will he say anything?
Oh, were those your guys? I thought they were just trying to throw me a barbecue.
Huh? Like your style, stranger. Been a while since anyone had the guts to talk to me like that. See, Jake? Here's someone who might actually be worth my time. Unlike you.
They're gonna kill me.
But I brought everything you asked for.
Stealing things from your family farm doesn't prove your strength, boy.
I like how I've no idea what the family drama is, so I've just walked in and they're having a bit of a domestic. Sadly, I've not got any particularly good charisma-boosting things here, so never mind, I guess I'll just be sarcastic.
Can we move this along? I've got
Prove
places
to
to
me
be.
that
I
you're
just
worth
wanted to provide for
forging.
my family. I don't know if I can do this.
Would anyone mind if I just kind of quietly snuck a bit closer while you guys were doing that? How many are you, by the way? Okay, you're a level 6. You're level 21. You'll go down nice and easy. There's another one. I see another one. I see one up there. You're level 4. You'll go down stupid easy. Fine. Then we got you back there. You're level 30. You're level 39, but with some Psycho Jet. Yeah, I don't think that shouldn't be too hard at all. Yep, everyone's gone a bit mental. Good. Right, time for the drugs. I think we can do with Psycho Jet. We don't need to waste one of our limit of mysterious serums. Yes, we'll just do one of those. And... dead. And... oh, I think he... actually, Jake decided to not be against me today. Dead in a second. Another hit. Oh, third. Blimey, you're a bit tough, aren't ya? Right, a bit more Psycho Jet. Just keep it going on, keep it going on, keep it going on. Get you down, and then now we just use this. Oh, yeah, breaking the armor apart. Nice. Get in there. Get in the pit. Get in the pit. Go on. Knock him back. Knock him in the pit. Yes! Best thing. Best. Oh, he's still alive. He's in the pit. Is he losing health? In the pit? He's... yeah, okay, good. He died. He was able to survive for... oh, no, he's not. He's not. Where's Slag? Did he manage to get... oh, he got off the back of the pit. Right. Oh, he did. He's just very on fire. All right, fine. Dead now. Well, lost a bit more armor. And, oh, sent him flying. Nice. You can actually push him into the pit. You don't have to get pushed into the pit. He actually takes fire damage. Okay. So, we got ourselves roof key, things. T45F. Wow, okay. That might be worth taking, potentially, if you're relatively low level. And the searing shish kebab, obviously worth coming this way. 85 damage. But an extra 70 energy. Given I get bonus energy when I'm wearing my power armor, I might have a look at that, see if I can make any changes to that. That's obviously worth coming for, as well as everything else too. So, remember when I came here in my previous run, I tried to save Jake Finch. I couldn't talk him round, he just died. In this case, I had no interest in saving Jake Finch, and I just accidentally saved him anyway. C'est la vie.
Wait, I'm sorry. I messed up. I panicked.
Did you? What happened? I'm happy to help, I guess.
Always happy to help.
I don't know what I was thinking trying to join them. Look, I should probably try to go home and make amends. I know I've got no right to ask, but I bet if you're there to explain, things with my dad would go easier. I bet if you bring my great-granddad's sword, he'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm keeping the sword. Bye. You just left the settler tied up here. Can I release him? Free the prisoner. Free and share items. Yeah, free and share items. Okay. Hooray for bacon. What am I going to give him? I'm going to give him a bottle of bourbon to celebrate his freedom. There he goes. You're very welcome. Bye. I'm not sure why I'd give him things. Oh, if the fight was still going on, I guess I could put a gun in his hands. And then I'd have... Does Jake actually join you? I wasn't sure whose side Jake was even bloody on in that fight. I genuinely don't know. But anyway, don't forget the explosives bobblehead, because I bloody did last time I was here. That's around the back of the pit. And permanently gain 15 damage with explosives. Pretty damn powerful if I do say so myself. And as usual, just like Demolition's expert, explosives isn't just... that's not just your grenades. That's actually other explosive things like explosive guns like spray and pray. Or the explosion damage of the Fat Man or missile launcher. Or various other things we'll be discussing this episode. A dampening rod sleeve. Yeah, we'll have one of them, I guess. Yay, I got myself a dampening coil. Lovely.
This is Ronnie Shaw. You never heard of me, but you'll want to talk to me.
Well, perfect. Ronnie Shaw wants to speak to me at the castle. Brilliant. We will be with her in just a second. Now, is this already... Okay, so it's pre-upgraded. This is already as powerful as it gets. So that is, yeah, 85 plus 70. Let's think how that compares. Old guns are started too, very nice. As usual, a bloody Brahmin has got himself stuck in this house. Marvellous. So the thing is, General Chow's Revenge is already at base 185. So 85 with 70 energy damage is not spectacular, but I guess it... You know what? I'll use it for a bit just to see if I like it. I mean, it can't be denied, it looks badass, doesn't it? It does look really damn cool. So you know what, we'll try using it for a bit, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's go turn that part into the captain now. We've got old guns, which is convenient. Yeah, you can get that either by Preston or by listening to Radio Freedom, or if you're at the castle, Ronnie Shaw might actually run into you. And I think she can actually just run into you at random around the Commonwealth, though I've never experienced that myself. Alright, Captain, got the part you needed?
Now, to get nuclear fuel.
Okay, well, I got the last thing, so how about I stay here and eat all the pies while you go out and get this one?
One missile failed to launch. You must go down. Remove the warhead. Then bring it to me.
This is downstairs in the radioactive bit. You're a ghoul. I'm not. Why on earth would I be doing this?
While you are getting warhead, I will prepare the reactor.
Okay, fair enough. The reactor may possibly be even more radioactive than the warhead. Sure, possibly. I'm not sure. Alright, crewman marked as mysteriously as dangerous. Does that mean he's a legendary crewman? Could be. Let's see. We get four hits off. Not bad. Yeah, this thing doesn't actually do burning damage, does it? It does energy damage, but it doesn't actually do any burning damage. A rapid 10mm pistol? Not bad. Come on, I know we got more down here, so we just happened to stumble across a legendary crewman there. Here they come. Crew member, take care of you. Yeah, it's just energy damage, which is actually... Oh, no, it does do a... He definitely had flames on him there. And I've reached level 34. Why did this one have flames on it, but that other one didn't? I'm not sure. Hang on. Wait. Who just hit me? Oh, you. Are you on... No, you're not on fire. Why are you not on... Why are you not on fire? Okay, the rule as to whether or not these guys take flame damage, I'm really confused by. I'm genuinely not sure, because plenty of them are catching fire, but I'm not actually seeing any flame damage being done. Ooh, the first mate. Sure, we'll kill you. Want your hat. You're wearing a nice hat. First mate's password, very convenient. Submariner hat. Sadly, it's a nice hat. I'd love to wear that hat, but there are so precious few hats that you're actually bloody allowed to, yeah, put the armor onto. And Submariner's hat, despite how cool it is not one of them. Anyway, here's the warhead in question. scavenge in the intercontinental ballistic missile. Grab the thingy. Got myself a warhead. Lovely. This place is very lootable, by the way. Some really good, yeah, lots of really good stuff around here. So definitely kind of, yeah, clear this place out if you are still looting.
Here is the warhead.
Why am I giving the guy who already fired 200 warheads to America another warhead, by the way?
Nah, no sweat. The radiation did give me superpowers, though. X-ray vision. Love the leopard G-string.
200 years, and your humor is still bad. America liberating Anchorage. Now that was a good joke. Now, here is what you must do. Head down to the reactor. Take dampening coil and warhead with you. First, insert the dampening coil. Do not put warhead in first. Do that? Swung. Death for you and me both.
Okay, dampening first, not warhead first. Dampening first, not warhead first. I want to see what happens if you put warhead first. Install warhead. There we go. In goes warhead.
The reactor will explode.
Excellent. Oh dear. The game's not actually letting me... No, I was not allowed to move. Oh, the game's not kidding. You do actually blow yourself up there. Insert dampening coil. Yep. That goes in first. Then install warhead. Lovely. I'm almost kind of sad that you can't actually just kind of sabotage the submarine and then just run out and leave him to it. That'd be quite funny.
Take these transponders. Each one acts as a homing signal for missile I can fire from my Yangtze. Only small, tactical nukes. But you should still get as far away as possible. Throw transponder like a grenade to activate it. Then wait for Baoza. Kaboom. I owe you. Zhao pays his debts. Besides, my missiles just might save your bacon.
Did he just make a pun based on my name? Does he always say that? Did he just... What? Can anyone else who's played this game and is not playing as someone called Bacon just verify whether he actually says that to me and he chuckles because he finds the idiom amusing? Or does he just accidentally made a really beautiful pun? Oh, I'm glad I didn't murder you by sabotaging your reactor now. Homing beacon, hooray. Here There Be Monsters is now complete, and I've got myself a brand new sort of grenade to play with. So you can see there, homing beacon. I only have 3. After you use those up, that's it, no more. 3 missiles is all you get. And just like anything else in this game, like the Fat Man, how big the explosion is does actually depend on Demolition's Expert. So because I've got high Demolition's Expert, as a result, when I throw those things, it's going to be one hell of a bang. Anyway, back to the other very special grenade in this game, over to Old Guns and the castle, which is actually very close by to where I am. But first, don't forget to level up. Ah, and speak of the devil, just as I was bloody saying that, level 34 is the exact level when Demolition's Expert 4 becomes available. So all my explosives are now up to double damage. Mines or grenades shot in vats, i.e. if I'm using a gun and I spot someone throwing a Molotov or a grenade at me, I can shoot those out of the air for double damage as well. And generally, everything's about to become ludicrous, insane, powerful on toast. Ah, Demolition's Expert. I love it because you get kind of the maximum amount of damage so damn early, whereas like, you know, if you were going for Rifleman, you wouldn't actually get maximum damage until level 46. Even pistols, which are relatively good, and especially in survival mode I've really come round to, you don't get that top level until level 42. So Demolition's Expert being capped at level 34, they get powerful fast. Anyway, here we are back at the castle. It's a lovely day, and here's Ronnie Shaw.
I'm probably the only one who still remembers this. But the castle's armory was located in the West Bastion. All of our best equipment was stored in there. Weapons, ammo, schematics, you name it. Come on, I'll show you.
So indeed, we want to make it over into the armory of the castle, but pretty damn locked up at the minute, so we're going to need to go the long way through and under. So that just involves heading to the far corner here in this particular bastion, going into your little kind of workshop mode, and then using that to get rid of this, which also gives you some free concrete, which is actually quite a good thing. Head through there and we can head straight down underground and around. This bit's simplicity on toast to begin with. Simply watch out for frag mines, of which there are many. So as long as you just kind of avoid those, no danger really whatsoever. But yes, they will go off, even though they're kind of allied to you, really. So I'm not sure they necessarily should go off, but just be careful anyway. It doesn't help because there's these because there's glowing fungus around. Frag mines aren't the only thing with like little specks on the ground, so you might just kind of overlook a mine because you're thinking of you're looking at a glowing fungus instead. But no, there are plenty of mines around, so be a little bit careful of that. There's also down here, which I think a few people could very easily miss, a supply of cannonballs. So if you've got the broadsider from the USS Constitution, this is an excellent place to get some, as well as bags of cement. Again, not the most common thing. Very heavy, but if you happen to need some concrete, shoving these into your workbench, especially if you've got some little kind of trade convoys set up, that can be very useful for providing concrete to every settlement, because concrete's often the reason why you can't actually build a water pump, if you happen to not be able to build one. So yeah, free concrete being transferred between your settlements can actually be quite useful. This is obviously all a lot easier if you have the resistance to mines. Sarge is waking up at the moment, a little, the sentry bot. Obviously, if we just go over to General Chow's Revenge, I think we should be able to take care of that nice and easy. Not least as we are hidden, and that means now all of our weapons are getting 12 times damage. So let's just move in, get in with a sneak attack critical. Dead. Sneak attack kills him in one because all my weapons, including the get back from him, all my weapons are now indeed getting 12 times damage. Including the heavy ones. I have actually tested just to make sure that the Furious Super Sledge is indeed getting that. And it is. Double fusion core, all sorts of extra useful stuff. Lovely. Sorry, Sarge. Now, I can't use the security terminal. I believe Ronnie Shaw has to. So where the bloody hell she got to? She's just fallen massively behind. Oh, yeah, she's upstairs giving her speech to me even though I'm no longer there. Yeah, I already cleared it. Get on the bloody hell on with it. Not even cleared it. I've also gone down, cleared out the mines, killed the turrets, and killed a sentry bot in one hit. Oh, that's nice. There was just a mine explosion here by this shelf, and the gasoline canister that was on here actually did a small explosion, then burnt away to nothing. I didn't know they did that. That's actually really cool. And the old general is indeed dead. But he does have a fabulous uniform on him. 100 plasma cartridges, some fusion cells. Now this is really, really good actually. 5 crank laser musket. If you haven't been using a laser musket so far, 5 crank is ludicrous powerful. And once again, another hat I would technically rather be wearing than the hat I'm actually wearing, but I can't because that hat refuses to take armor. Actually, you know what? I really can't justify taking that uniform. It's okay, but 45 and 80 is not spectacular. 1 charisma. Next to Agatha's dress, or the alternative that you got from Trinity Tower, it's just nowhere near as good. I'd much rather have the 3 charisma. So instead I'm going to leave that here and just leave your former general in his pants. And with that, we make it through to the armory. Quick push of this here button opens this up, and we can actually get straight back outside again. So yep, now we've got the outside world open to us. And there are some good stuff in here. Fusion cells, together with, interestingly, a 4 crank capacitor. Just in case, because I think if you come here at a lower level, then the quality of the laser musket the general had on him is lower. So 4 crank might be an upgrade. But you get other little upgrades too. So a medium scope, a beam splitter. So yeah, if you come here at like level 30, you can actually end up, even if you've never used one of the muskets before, just between the general himself and the stuff that's lying around this room, you can end up with a really damn good one. So, got ourselves some schematics, and you also want to be taking the artillery supplies. This is basically just giving you free stuff that you will be needing in order to make some artillery. So, you know, free supply of gears and screws and whatnot. Very, very useful. And don't forget 10 artillery smoke grenades. Unlike the grenades that the captain of the submarine gives you, these just regenerate. Just come back to the castle after a bit, and there'll be another 10 in there. So you don't need to worry about running out of those. You can also, and I see people miss this all the time, all this stuff out here, like the Tesla arc and these kind of laser turrets, you can just basically pick this stuff up and move it outside, and then once you've provided it with power, it does count as defense. So if you are thinking of going down the Minutemen route, and thus you want to properly defend yourself, then yeah, just bringing that stuff outside and wiring it up to some power is just a really good way of getting some free defense going. Especially if you're planning to use this big central area for a big farm and you're also harvesting lots of water, so you need a fair bit of defense. There's basically just loads of it given to you for free. Another convenient little handy thing is if you come up to the top here, you'll find this destroyed artillery. Break that down, and once again it'll give you a very large amount of the stuff you actually need in order to build more artillery. So in particular, yeah, oil, screws, gears, springs, steel, concrete, and wood. But honestly, none of it in huge quantities, to be honest. All of it in very, very manageable quantities. And then, oi, you, down there. No, you down there. I think from now on, you are going to be going to work for this. So there we are, that guy's now been assigned to there. That's provided 6 defense, so it does boost your defense as well. So there we are, we have now got ourselves some artillery built here. Let's check in with Ronnie Shaw to see how she wants to do the test firing.
You see that little building over there? We'll use that for our aiming point. Keep your radio on and tuned to Radio Freedom so we can confirm we're ready.
And indeed, just like she says, they do indeed communicate over Radio Freedom to confirm when they're about to start firing, when the firing is concluded, which is very helpful for you, but also kind of makes me think, I really hope the guys that we're planning to drop the artillery onto aren't listening to Radio Freedom, which we are broadcasting across the Commonwealth, because if they are, then they'll know when the artillery is about to hit and when it's done, which would give them a very big advantage. So, artillery smoke grenade. Assigned like any other grenade is. Just like any other grenade, it does actually get a nice little kind of trail, so you can see exactly where it's going to land thanks to the throwing arc on Demo 2, which is just the best perk. So now we've got some smoke laid down over there. In just a minute, we will see our lovely artillery begin to fire. Were you thinking of maybe firing today? Perhaps? Hello? Just gonna try putting a, extra grenade in there just to see if anything works. Come on. Oh, bloody hell, that took actually 4 grenades to get them to bloody acknowledge that. Dear oh dear. And here comes the blast. Now, you might not be able to tell by looking at it, but the damage that blast is doing and the blast radius is bigger because I've taken ranks of Demolition Expert than it would be otherwise. A typical artillery barrage is 5 blasts and you're done. There we are, exactly as before. 5 blasts and we're done. In addition, while it's not precise, you can calculate roughly what is and isn't going to be allowed to be hit by an artillery strike based on the squares on your map. So if I just go over to the map here now. Basically, if I have an artillery set up in the castle, then I can count 5 squares out. If I am within 5 squares on this little map, I'm fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So up to about here. Or, say 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5. So basically, you've got a little kind of diamond grid. So it's not a huge area, but it's pretty large at least. Let's kind of put this over here where more people are familiar. So if I were to build, say, some artillery right at the front of Sanctuary, then I could go 1, 2 to Red Rocket, and then kind of 3, 4 into Concord. And then 5, yeah, I could hit as far as, basically I could hit the far side of Concord just. So, that kind of little, the little courtyard, the little kind of open area just off Concord off the road where there's the random event where you run into various things over on this side on your way to the quarry. Basically, yeah, if you build artillery in Sanctuary, you can hit to there. That's pretty much as far as you can hit on foot. So, if you want to have total coverage of the Commonwealth, not that difficult to do. Though I believe there are certain areas that because there just isn't a settlement in that area, you can't really get very good coverage of. Particularly in kind of this sort of area of the map on the very far west. I think that's more of a problem. Because there's quite a lot of settlements up in the north here. So the north, it's pretty easy to get good coverage. But over in the far west and down in the south, there's not kind of as much. So you might struggle for coverage in the glowing sea and the very far west of the map. One other thing I missed last time I was here on my last playthrough, after you're done with Ronnie Shaw, you can actually start treating her as a shop. Now, she has a unique weapon on her, which is very, very powerful indeed. One, she sells a basic Gauss rifle, which is very, very powerful. Quite possibly it's the first one you'll get in the game depending on what order you do things in. So yeah, I think for me this is probably the first one I've actually encountered so far. So a Gauss rifle. And it's not even that expensive. I mean, I've got like nothing in charisma really. And I've still got 695 there when I'm not wearing any gear and I haven't taken any drugs for better charisma. But more importantly, she also sells the unique variant of the Gauss rifle, albeit it's a little bit more expensive. The last minute down there, 8,000 caps for me, but 50% more limb damage. I think that's the crippling prefix, is it? So, that could be worth considering as well. She just has a fantastic selection of guns in general, by the way. She has a huge number, as well as a large number of suppressed guns. If you haven't been investing heavily in gun nut or science or whatever, and thus you need other people to build gun mods for you, she's got a great selection, including look at all these suppressors. So I can actually put, suppressors on all of your guns, which is really, really cool. Together with a whole bunch of night vision scopes in case you want one of those too. A night vision powerful automatic combat shotgun. Now that is a really weird and interesting combination of mods to put on a shotgun for your stealthy long range nighttime shotgunning needs. So the introduction of artillery in the game, to my mind, is kind of a bit of a stroke of genius, especially since it comes on the Minutemen path. The Minutemen path, more than any other path, is kind of the one where settlements matter. There's a big thing in terms of story about how important it is that you have lots of little settlements, because everyone needs to come together and work together. The artillery is so bloody clever is because all of a sudden having lots of little settlements everywhere becomes useful from a gameplay mechanic point of view, because you need to have artillery everywhere in order that the artillery can actually be firing and giving you maximum fire coverage with your artillery. I think it's so bloody clever. So anyway, let's have a look-see at some of the more interesting and important settlements to be actually building artillery at in that case. So you've got the castle out here, we've literally just built some, but to be honest, that's not actually that bloody useful really. You've kind of got coverage of this little area right here, but most of what it's really close by to is the sea. So there are far, far better areas to actually be putting your artillery down onto. To my mind, the Starlight Drive-In might well be a reasonably good idea. You can see that that would kind of give you very good coverage in kind of this sort of area. So it gives you pretty damn good coverage in the northwest corner of the map. Though I haven't found it on this playfile, Taffington Boathouse here might well be a sensible one as well, kind of for covering this area. And then finally, as you head over to this corner of the map, the Slog will very nicely cover you right up to the coast and beyond. Possibly only cutting off this small area here, but I'd say you'd be fine. So yeah, with the Slog, Taffington and Starlight, I'd say you'd be well covered. The only thing you wouldn't be able to cover is Sanctuary itself, but to be honest, are you ever going to need artillery coverage on Sanctuary? Moving a bit further south, Oberland Station can actually be a decent kind of coverage over towards the east of the map and into the city itself, though I wouldn't generally recommend using artillery to fire into the city because the actual blasts are not guaranteed to hit. They can very easily hit buildings and kind of do nothing whatsoever. And then heading down south, Jamaica Plain would probably be a decent one down here as well. But as I say, you're going to struggle with coverage down here in the southwest. So to finish off, we're going to do a little experiment here, which is we're going to test these multiple different types of grenades we've been using today against each other. I've climbed to the top of the church here in by the Museum of Freedom, so I've got a nice view down on some lovely, lovely little raider scum and so forth. In that direction, who have kind of spawned in again as usual. So we're going to use this to kind of test the range and hitting power of some of these here strikes. I've built some artillery over at Starlight Drive-In, so I've got some artillery covering this area. And we're mainly going to be judging this on utter badassness, by the way. So, number one, basic smoke grenade into the middle of the street here. Smoke grenade. There we go. So now there's a smoke grenade. Everyone's kind of looking around. They're not really sure what's going on, to be honest. In a moment, we should get confirmation from Radio Freedom that they've acknowledged something's happening here.
It's about to get really hot over there.
It's about to get really hot, is it? Lovely. Well, we've got some nice spread out raiders. This will be very useful for measuring splash damage and so forth. Let's get some attacks in here, please. There's an explosion, and you're blowing up the Museum of Freedom, guys. That was a hit, though. Nice. So I think you can see the scale of the explosion there. That first shot took out all of those raiders. It hit by the building there, but it took out all of them, including all of them over there. And now let's try that again, but this time we're going to throw in the homing beacon to call in a tactical nuke from a Chinese sub. So in that goes. Straight into the middle of the street there. The raiders look around a little bit confused. They're not sure what's going on. And in comes the nuke. You can see there, yes, that is just a quite, and it's completely cleared them out. It comes in much faster, it's a single, more powerful attack, and it's got very, very big range. It's utterly, utterly gorgeous. You can just call it in and just basically nuke a whole area. If you've got like some entrenched positions of enemies, these are genuinely very, very useful. The nice thing about the nukes from the nuclear sub is you can use them anywhere. You don't need to kind of have artillery range or anything. As long as it's outside, you can actually call them in. Now, speaking of coverage, next time we are indeed going to be returning to the Libertalia. Now, we know where that is on our map. It's right here, except we don't really have any good coverage for that. Except, of course, there is one that's very close by. Kingsport Lighthouse right here. And there's a fun experiment I've actually been wanting to try with these bastards, because this is, of course, where the children of Atom are living. Which is, what if I decide to take off all my normal armour and instead put on a hazmat suit for damage resistance of nothing but 1,000 rads? I think they've got nothing on them but the bloody rad guns. And if that's the case, Well, then surely I should be pretty much resistant in this form. Oh, dear. Oh, it's not going well, is it? Oh, no. Oh, that's so tragic. With the, with the hazmat suit on, they've got these rad guns, and they're really not doing much. They're actually doing better when I accidentally knock the guns out of their hands and they go over to unarmed. That actually works much better for them. And there we are. Deacon is now manning this artillery post for me that is nice and close to the Libertalia. So when we go there next episode, we'll actually be able to call in some artillery coverage if that's what we choose. That's a mine! So, ladies and gentlemen, next time, the Libertalia, and we're going to be doing it with artillery support, which might well be, well, it might be a little bit useful anyway, because sometimes there will be enemies that, like, take shelter inside boats. So dropping some artillery fire in there might well be fun, so we may have to make a point of doing that. So, a little bit more Institute work next time, ladies and gentlemen, but in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, this has been Fallout 4, no guns. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Don't mind me, I've been practicing my stabbing motion. It's fine. Oh, you shouldn't have got in the way. You must die. You showed up to a party and you brought a guitar. I despise you. There's two people who are just having sex in this corridor. They're going to go down. Stab, stab. There we are. Like Romeo and Juliet, but sped up slightly. It's kind of the footnotes version.